Hey, it's Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. And this week's topic is about self-responsibility. And some of you are like, or some are like, whatever, boring, right? Okay, hear me out. Okay, so Source wanted me to share with you a little bit about the importance of self-responsibility. Now, this is not the, adult telling a teenager or child what you can and can't do and what you should or shouldn't do. It's not like that at all. It's really about how much do you really want what you say you want, or that if you actually choose your words wisely, it would be like, how much do you have in your future reality that you are manifesting? And the part of the self-responsibility has to do with our piece of the puzzle. We are here to evolve. We are here to do our mission, to experience life. And there's so many of us, including sensitive souls, light workers, light warriors, that get to this place, especially when they're symptomatic, like I was, very, very symptomatic before, with Hashimoto's, chronic fatigue, adrenal fatigue, you name it, I had it, depression, anxiety, blah, blah, blah. So I got to that point where I just wanted to have somebody fix it for me. You know that one, right? It's like, oh my God, my life is as chaos. Just somebody come in and fix it for me. And financially, in the past, it was such a mess, and I felt guilty about it. And the thing is, my finances, I was in debt so much because I had invested so much money in my education. And it never really dawned on me until I read some amazing books like Conversations with God, Neil Donald Walsh, things like that, that I was the one judging me for being in debt. That somehow I had this notion and myth that I couldn't be in debt because if I wasn't in debt, that means I wasn't abundant. If I wasn't abundant, then I'm not, on the right track for abundance, blah, 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 right? And when I realized that there is no score sheet, that there is no due date, that you have to finish something, complete something, get your award by something, this definitive black and white stuff that I've grown up with. That's part of my personality, is I like black and white, yes, no, that kind of thing. So when I realized that there was no absolute end goal that I had to get to by a certain time, otherwise the world was going to explode. Okay, when I realized that, I realized, oh my gosh, life is just an experience, whether I'm experiencing what it's like to be in debt or experiencing this or that. And I made myself feel so guilty before, and I realized that was the problem. The problem wasn't that I was in debt. The problem that I was making myself feel guilty that I was in debt. And now, turning 180 degrees, well, that's 360, right? 360 degrees. Anyway, so 180. What I realize is that if I take away the guilt, if I remove that, and I understand that I am, and you are, lovable no matter what, whether you don't have a nickel to your name or whether you're the wealthiest billionaire, you are loved as much by Source and your angels and your guardian angels. So why don't we do that for ourselves, right? Why do we make ourselves crazy, giving ourselves these deadlines? If I don't, and I'm not symptom free by such and such a time, this stuff isn't working or whatever, right? We have all these demands on how life should be. And now I realize, wow, I invested tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever, into my business, into my education. And I'm like, wait a second, I invested it in myself. If you were going to invest it in something, right? Maybe you're into real estate. But is there absolutely 100% guaranteed you have control of the real estate? No. Or the real estate market? No. But do you have the opportunity to be 100% in control of your own life in terms of your being state, in terms of your responses to life? And the answer is yes. That is the only thing that you have control over, okay, is that ability to respond to life. So if you are the only one that you have some, that much influences in, doesn't it make sense that if you were going to invest tens of thousands of dollars, to invest it in yourself? So when I realized that, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Making myself guilty and nervous for that. The only way I fail is if I quit. And I'm not quitting anytime soon. Okay? So there is no deadline. And so the self-responsibility comes in by us, you, me, being more and more conscious in our choices and our choice of responses. And if you're a Topican Healing fan, one of the things you can measure using divine muscle testing is how willing am I to be 100% self-responsible for myself and my life that I manifest. Okay, you don't have to say it that way, but let me repeat it another way. So how willing out of 100% am I to be fully self-responsible for everything that I manifest? I know some of you are getting triggered just listening to this, like you don't want to test it, right? It's okay. No one's looking for perfection here. Besides, you don't have to share your results, right? But what I found helping clients one-on-one over time is that sometimes when they're in that space of, I want someone to fix me. Okay, please fix me. Please cure me. I've been to, 50 healers and no one's been able to heal me. Then I know that self-responsibility score is probably too low and ideally should be 100%. If you really want to be prosperous, being able to attract, earn money, $100,000 or more a year, to be healthy, the self-responsibility score minimum is 100%, according to my healer friend Jenny Ngo, who had some amazing conversations with Source about this. Self-responsibility, forgiveness, and forgiveness of others all need to be 100%. So that means that's our responsibility is to work on that piece, right? You can ask your angels and guides and say, hey, my self-responsibility score isn't 100%, so can you please help me with that? And they will put you in opportunities and give you little hints and guidance as to, how you can respond to any particular situation. And that's how you master your life. So that self-responsibility piece is super important, and it can be fun. It does not have to be this, oh, I'm so responsible. No, it can totally be fun, because the cool thing is the more self-responsible you are, and that may be listening to, a healing audio track by me or my friend Jeffrey Gignac, every single day. Or it could be like for me, divine muscle testing every morning. Okay, what can I heal for the Infiniverse today? What can I heal for my personal life today? What can I heal for my alternate selves today? What can I heal for mass consciousness today? And go boom, 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 and get that healing done. And usually it's about 5 minutes, 10 at the max, every day. When I do that, I notice a huge difference in how I feel, my life, what comes to me, the synchronicities, the money coming in. It's amazing. So that self-responsibility does not have to be this big, huge laundry list that you think, I got to get this done, this done, this done, this done, this. That's usually your ego, your left brain telling you, that you need to do this. It's more like, can you be conscious for X amount of time per day? And that could be 2 seconds at a time. That could be doing my STOM exercise, stillness through observing internal movement exercise, for 3 seconds at a time, which is kind of like how I do it, unless I'm in a one-on-one session, and then it's like most of the session. But, during the day, it's like, oh yeah, I can do STOM, and I'll be watching a movie and there'll be a scary part, and I'm like, yeah, be in my body, and be scared and just feel my body, do the STOM there. And there, I'm meditating while I'm watching a scary movie. Cool. So this can be really fun. Does not have to be a burden. So what you think you need to do is probably not the fastest, most efficient way to manifest what it is that you desire, but instead being more conscious. And one of the things I'm doing, and maybe we can make this a New Year's resolution for all of us, is being conscious of my language. And I have been slowly working on it. And let's just say it's going to be a good habit. It's going to be a good habit. I can do this. I am doing this, So I encourage you to do the same, and we will soon be interviewing the author of the wonderful book, Conscious Language. So if you want a head start before January 1st, check out that book, Conscious Language, and maybe we can practice this together. So in speaking about, our responses to life, and that our self-responsibility for controlling or influencing consciously our responses, Our radio show guest for Monday, Selena Maitreya, is a world-renowned author, lecturer, and she is kind of like the teacher of what we call practical spirituality. And our show is going to be on the theme of transforming troubles into peace and prosperity. How do you do that? Like, what are the mechanics of doing that? And so this perfectly falls in alignment with what Source asked me to share with you today. And so I think you're really going to enjoy this radio show with Selena. So join us on Monday at 12 noon. And if you can't join us 12 noon Eastern, it's okay. We have a link for you. If you're on my mailing list, KarenCan.com, then you can get that link. We'll email it to you. Okay, we'll email that to you. And that's usually Sunday nights that we email it to the actual link. And yeah, you can even ask questions live, maybe get a little mini coaching from Selena live on the show. Wouldn't that be cool? I love free coaching. I love free coaching. Okay, so other announcements that I want to share with you is that if you missed the live Zoom call that I did with my healer colleague friend, Jeff Gignac, I highly recommend that you listen to that. And it actually touches on this topic as well, that what he calls the 10%, that's our responsibility, and then the 90% the universe is going to help us with. So because there's a lot of people who need more support, and may not have the finances right now to invest like I did. Like, like I just, I had credit cards up the yin yang. So I invested in all these, personal growth and courses, and just trusted that somehow that I was going to get all the money to pay for that and more and back and so on and so forth. So it was scary, let me tell you. And at the same time, I'm really glad I did all that. So, but if you don't have that kind of credit, okay, wouldn't it be great if you could get really powerful, amazing energy healing every single week for yourself, for people you know, like your family, for your community, for the universe, okay, every single month, and get, a beautiful energy infused calligraphy every month to use, and a 3-minute MP3 to use every day for that month to anchor in those beautiful energies, and be able to write an intention and have personalized, healing for you remotely 4 times a month for less than $10. Yeah, that good. So you can go to my KarenCan.com/partners page to check out Jeff Gignac's energetic support services. And we actually sent out the replay in the email recently that you can watch the replay. And if you, for whatever reason, can't find it, you can message me or my assistant Tasha Lesniak on Messenger on Facebook, and we can give you the link. So well worth a listen. And there's also a link where you can sign up. And I'm an affiliate of Jeff's, so there is a small commission that I get for the first month, I believe, that you sign up. I think it's like $8 or $9 a month. So I know it's like, woohoo, it's not like a big money maker, but you know what? I think it's so important to have this kind of support. So if you're in that place where you're like, gee, I'd really love energy healing, but I can't do a one-on-one with Dr. Karen, I don't have the financial background to be able to do that right now, then this is a really great option for you. So I highly recommend that you sign up for this. I signed up for it. No, my team signed up for it. So yeah, so that good. So that's announcement number 1. So check that out. The second announcement that I wanted to share with you is that this month I am doing a webinar on the LifeWave X39 patches. I've had a lot of people ask me about the X39 stem cell patches recently, a lot of new folks. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a live webinar on Thursday. Let me look at the 21st. Yeah, Thursday the 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern. And again, if you're on my mailing list, we've sent actually that out, that link. There's also on my profile and business pages, there is events. So if you look at events, you'll see the X39 invite there, and you can just click on that link and register, and it'll automatically send you reminders and updates, etc. on that event. But it's 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, and this will be live, so you can ask me questions, your patching questions about, X39, how it works, and we're going to touch in on some of the other phototherapy patches that I absolutely love as well, to tell you a little bit about them. And yeah, so lots of exciting things going on. And last announcement is that after a little bit of cajoling, the UWealth Revolution folks were really highly encouraging me to, keep my package open, because we were only into the first class, actually the second class Saturday. So less than half of the live Light Warrior Bootcamp 2.0 program is going on. So they encouraged me to keep it open. So they are going to replay the best of the best, I believe. So if you are still interested in joining the Light Warrior Bootcamp 2.0, which is the Advanced Entity and ET Clearing program from 2019, so this is brand new with new information, additional information, bigger healings, a lot more empowering, Topican healing directives, things like that. You can check out that telesummit package, and we'll be we'll put that link below. If you're in the email list, we'll put that link below for you. All right, so that's all the announcements for this week. Super exciting. Time coming up. I know the holidays are coming up, so even more important for us to continue really grounding in the goals that we want, and remembering that peace, that's our responsibility. Sometimes it's just a little something, and then you can see, your life shifting and changing. But it does need to be consistent. In fact, I just wanted to share this one little story. I was on the LifeWave cruise. You can tell I still have Caribbean hair right now. So I was on the LifeWave 15th anniversary celebration cruise last week, and one of the top distributors in the world, she's from China, so she's speaking Mandarin. And when they asked her, and they asked everybody, but when they asked her, I really liked her response. They asked her, how did you become so successful in this business? How did you sponsor so many people? Like, how did you do it? Like, everyone's like listening to see what's the secret. You know what her secret was? She says, repeat, repeat, and repeat. That's what she said, literally. Yeah. And I was like, girl, you go, girl. And that's exactly it. It's that consistency. Whether it be stoem or your meditation practice, or eating well, or drinking, really good water every day, whatever it is, it's that repetitive, sometimes boring thing that you do. And so what she did was she kept sharing the opportunity over and over. Yes, she absolutely should give people say no, 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 right? But that's the difference between someone who's successful is in beyond network marketing, and someone who's not successful. So a not successful person will get a no, cry, and then never do it again, right? The successful person, when they get a no, they go, okay, not for them, move on, and they do it again, and they repeat and they repeat, and they just keep asking, are you interested in this? Are you interested in this? This is what this does. This is what it does for me. And the right people, if you have that habit, that self-responsibility habit of repeating, then magic happens. And she got to be one of the top distributors because of that. So yeah, pretty amazing stuff. All right. Talk to you next week. Bye for now.